I'm Morgan.
My name's Ice.
I'm Colin.
I'm Henry.
And I'm Jake.
And this semester we've been working with Incite-Focus to identify pain points in the community, specifically the Detroit area, and to find the solutions that will be perfect for them. So the communities that we found problems in. Designers, up-and-coming designers, they didn't have a way to get their designs and their innovation out there, especially if they're new in the industry, think coming out of college, or maybe they're switching their career goals and they're getting more into the design field. It's hard in the beginning to show those designs to the world. Fab Labs, so makers want another revenue stream. Like, who doesn't want another revenue stream? Pretty much everyone. So this way, there's a ton of people who are in the maker community, and there's a lot of room for growth there. So we see this as a big point where people can get some extra money. And consumers, we found a lot of people really want to support Detroit and locally made products and designs from local people. So we thought consumers, and we found that consumers, when we were interviewing them, really went for this kind of idea and these kind of solutions.
So what does our solution look like? Well, it looks like an online marketplace. But this isn't your average Amazon. We do something a little bit different. We look to the community. Detroit is full of really passionate designers with great ideas. The problem is they have trouble getting those designs made. What we do is we go talk to them, we get them to give us our designs through a competition that we run. We take those designs, and we ask the community what they think. The community provides feedback, they vote on the designs, and based on that feedback we know that there's a good product market fit and a good demand for the product before we add a single product to the marketplace. As we scale this, we run more competitions, we get more designs, we're going to have more demand. To meet that demand, we enlist Fab Labs. Fab Labs have additional maker resources that can help increase supply while the demand increases. So when it comes down to it, we have three primary customer segments. For someone like Sarah, you're a designer. You have a lot of good ideas, but it's hard to get those ideas made, and it's hard to get your name out there. Through Incite-Focus, you get royalties for all the designs that are sold on the website. You also get your name out there because you're advertised through all the products you sell through our website. If you're a maker, there's someone like Dana. She works at All Hands Active right here in Ann Arbor, which is a makerspace that has a lot of passionate people that want to do making as a full-time job, but there's just not enough money in it for them right now because you have to market all yourself. Through Incite-Focus, we market for you, and you get to do what you love, make products, while also getting an additional revenue stream. Finally, for someone like Yasmin, you're really passionate about Detroit. Yasmin's from Detroit. She told us how much she really cares about art and design. Using Incite-Focus, she's able to not only get products to improve her life, but she's also able to know that the money she spends on Incite-Focus is going right into the pockets of people like Sarah and Dana.
Cool. So the market and industry that we are currently in the manufacturing industry and the online sales market. We're early because we're using 3D manufacturing, and we're in a segmented market. Our total accessible market is 182 million people, and we came up with this number because that is the predicted total people involved with 3D manufacturing in 2019. Our service available market is 35 million people, and that is currently the amount of people who are buying products that are individualized online through channels like Etsy and other websites similar to our own. And then our service obtainable market is 282,000. We took the total number of people in Detroit, subtracted the people in poverty, and then took 55% of the remaining people, and that is how we got to 282,000 from there. So our distribution is through our online sales marketplace. This is kind of like an iTunes style store for manufactured products, and we will be getting our products to our customers through shipping. We'll be working with independent designers and have also in-house manufacturers and other designers to help create new and innovative products in Detroit.
So how do we make money? Well, in one line, we take products, however much they cost, we sell them at a 4 times market, and we profit with 75% of what we get. So starting out, we've got to prove that this thing works on a small scale. How we do this is, with our current resources, we'll use manufacturing resources that Incite-Focus already has. We already have resources such as a CNC machine and a 3D printer, and this will allow us to make an average of around 7 to 8 products per day if we're operating at full capacity. This generates a revenue, we estimate, of just around $9,000 for a single month of operation. Now our costs come down to 3 primary categories. The first one is competitions. We got to get the designs, and to do that we need advertising budget. We also need to organize the events, provide food and such, and actually digitizing the products to get them on the marketplace. Second category comes down to royalties. That 25% that's missing from our profits goes directly to the designers and makers of the product, and that allows them to get their revenue stream. And finally, we have the standard operating costs that come with a business of this type. Wages, people have to make money. Rent, you have to keep the roof over your head. Maintenance, this includes both the machines, we need to ensure quality products are made, and also the website, we gotta make sure it's up to date, no bugs. And then finally, shipping the products to the consumers. So when it comes down to it, our key activities from start to finish are 4 steps. First thing is we run a competition. This gets us our designs. Once we have the designs and we've engaged the community, we can then select the products to put on the marketplace. Once they're on the marketplace and people want to buy them, we can manufacture them and finally ship them to the consumers that they want. Currently, right now, Incite-Focus is partnered with several great organizations that are really pushing this maker movement. Detroit as a maker city, making products in the city for the city. Moving forward, however, we want to increase our production capabilities, and so we'll look to partner with additional maker spaces like All Hands Active right here in Ann Arbor.
So, since Incite-Focus is more or less in its infancy, we aren't experiencing much direct competition right now, but as our business model is launched, as manufacturing begins, we're kind of going to be in competition with Etsy and other platforms for small-scale manufacturing. Product incubators like that business down there, Quirky, and of course your large-scale manufacturers like your IKEAs and Steelcases. And how Incite-Focus tries to hold its own in this market is we are really making the weaknesses of these companies our strengths. Because Etsy, admittedly, is a great distribution network for independent creators, but they have no manufacturing of their own. And that's the avenue we're trying to fill. We are trying to build our marketplace in the style of an iTunes or an Etsy or any of these content curation websites, while having the manufacturing capabilities. As for the product incubators, they have the manufacturing, but they lack in marketing, and they do not actively seek a client base. They offer themselves as a service that a designer has to seek out and employ themselves. We, with our design competitions, are constantly seeking new customers, new designs, and expanding our marketplace. And as for the big scale manufacturers, they do have the marketing and they have the manufacturing scales, but we are purposely marketing our company to a demographic outside of theirs, where we can push our local manufacturing, our quality designs, and of course our maker employment, and supporting, at least in its infancy before we expand, the Detroit manufacturing.
So right now we have Blair as our CEO, but what Incite-Focus needs are designers to create the product designs for the market. We need the makers to fabricate these designs into actual quality, tangible products, as well as a CMO to oversee Incite-Focus marketing and advertising plans.
So of course, as we've been working through this semester with Incite-Focus, we've learned our share of lessons, enough to redo our business model twice. So initially, we wanted to use Incite-Focus as an educational center, running these fabrication studios with training programs to create a new workforce and, of course, bring in more skilled labor into Detroit. But even before we got to our customer discovery, we realized that this just isn't the most feasible option for a for-profit business. Most of the time, vast swaths of our Fab Lab are going to be just unused while we're still paying operation costs on those, and our only revenue stream would be through these classes or possibly through some subsidies. And once we moved on from that, we wanted to run Incite-Focus as more of a hub for customization, where almost like an Etsy with that manufacturing model, where we would have the manufacturers come to us, and then of course they would bring their designs, we would run them in small runs and produce limited quantities and distribute them and really push this customized aspect. But of course, the market isn't huge for that. Through our customer discovery, we learned time and again that nobody has that much free interest or time or money. Over and over again, we'd heard that designs for furniture are usually left to the better half. I'll do these things when I have more time and money. Sir, please leave this cafe, you're bothering customers.
Got that one a lot.
I mean, everyone's got a reason why they don't have this perfect piece of furniture that they need in their house. So we took it upon ourselves to curate the quality designs so that less obligation is on the customers.
Finally, moving forward, here's what Incite-Focus needs to do. So for our short term, first of all, we need to assemble a marketplace on Incite-Focus's website so a consumer can actually buy a certain quantity of a certain product. Number two, we need to host designs for the competition so we can create more potential designs. And number three, digitize 1 to 2 products that we find has a strong target market for the initial marketplace. For long term, we'd like to expand our team, employ a CEO, a CMO, a CFO, and hire inside designers for Incite-Focus. We'd like to write up an official, expandable, quality manual for all Fab Labs internationally, as well as expand our manufacturing operations internationally. Finally, we'd like to fabricate a 5-year marketing plan that focuses on branding Incite-Focus as a company of manufacturing internationally. We're our consultants for Incite-Focus. We're open to questions.